What's up? Terminal V Festival, day one, Saturday. I mean, it means a lot. Like the first time I played here, like I knew it was like a massive thing, but I didn't really have that kind of relationship or experience like of being here before. But say I played Easter and then I did like the all night long tour from. So we've kind of like the last few months built that relationship. So now like after all that, it's a lot more like special, and to be given like the closing slot on the hangar, like so like appreciative of it all. Like it's amazing. Like yeah, I'm super buzzing. Tipperary in Ireland, down southern Ireland. Yeah, from a little village that's got about 1,000 people living there the last God knows how long. Yeah, so really in like the sticks, like the countryside of like rural Ireland. Yeah, in like rural Ireland, like you'll notice a lot because I've played like in like countrysides of Ireland like since I've started, and you notice a lot more that they really like that hard stuff, that fast stuff. And I think it's maybe because it's so out of the way where they're living and stuff, they don't get that a lot. And then when you play there, they're really appreciative of it. But like when we were younger, we didn't have any of that, but we used to always listen to like dance music and like hard dance music. But like we never really had like any accessibility to it. So like even when I started like producing, I used to produce deep house, but after a while I went into like hard techno and stuff. But because I'd spent so many years drinking with my friends when I was younger and listening to hard dance music, it made me want to do that. And then I was just kind of given the right opportunities to pursue it. Yeah, because I never really like had any ambition to be like, oh, I want to be like a DJ or like an artist or whatever. Like I'd produce music purely out of the love of it for years, and like many times I'd stopped for maybe like 5-6 months at a time, and like I just had my tracks online, but I just kept kind of producing. And I think like the Reboot lads who I'm signed with now, they took like an interest during lockdown, and once we came out of lockdown and gigs started again, I just played one gig and I kind of just got thrown into the deep end. It was like, everyone wanted to like come see me and come to the shows, and as I was doing more shows, they were getting more crazy, and like there was never really any point that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go do dance music. It was like all at once, one after another, and I just ended up where I am now. Like I've ended up here and I don't know how. Like I've just been playing music and making music, and that's it. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Yeah. I think like I always had kind of like music in like my family and stuff. Like during the 90s, my dad like used to run a record shop in Limerick City in like Southern Ireland, and used to like run like illegal like raves and stuff like that when he was younger. But it wasn't like hard dance music, but it was like house and but like even when they were younger, my parents, they went to see Carl Cox anytime he was in Ireland, and so I always kind of had like music in my family, but it was never kind of like I'm pushed to do music. Like I kind of just like I liked listening to music with my friends. So I knew a producer and I asked him. His name is Connor Fitz, and he showed me how to use the program. But I just made it because like we'd always listen to music all day, every day. So I was like, oh, I'd actually love to make music, and I stayed kind of at it, and then it just took off. It was never a thing that like I want to make music for this. It was just I'd made music, and then next thing you know, I'm playing shows. Like I never really had like a time to even think about it. Like I was just did it, Yeah, like it has been like hard at times. I think it's sheer overwhelming is the only kind of way to describe it, because like going from just kind of like making music to then having like such a dedicated fan base, like I think like see, it's so hard to even answer this question, because like even now to this day I still don't understand like the fan base I have, like, and like how mad everything is. Like it kind of just happened, and I've kind of just dealt with it. But I feel like I've got past that kind of overwhelming stage, and now I'm kind of just really enjoying it and trying to like bring it to the fullest. And yeah, chicken and bacon with the mayonnaise sandwich, probably a packet of McCoys, and an innocent smoothie. That's my £5 meal deal. And it's always the blue boost, and it's always maybe like a meaty style potato, and it's always chicken and bacon sandwich all day. See, like I usually only get them in like WH Smith and like the airport and stuff, but like at home we've like Tesco meal deals, but like they do like Cajun chicken wraps and stuff like that as well. But like when I used to like work retail and stuff like that, like every day on my break, I go up, and get like a meal. Like it was, because like it's not even that like it's cheap, but like I actually like love like a little cold sandwich and a bag of potatoes and a smoothie. You know, it's just like you could always go and buy like a Subway and stuff like that, but I'd always still choose to like get my little meal deal because I enjoy it. You know, it's just nice. You know. Don't really like anything fish wise. I wouldn't be too like crazy about like any cold egg kind of sandwiches. Just either like definitely not. Like I will just about like eat a prawn if like my nana makes them for Christmas or something like that. But like it's pushing it, you know. Like I'll eat them like and I'll slightly enjoy them, but like the thought of eating like cold fish like really is not me. Like no, I don't like it at all. BLK's rider is, if you've seen any like footage of me, you know I smoke. So it's 40 John Player Blue cigarettes. Big go. A bottle of Grey Goose. No, I'm sorry. I don't really drink that much. I might drink some of it, but it's usually Grey Goose and Asahi beer. Big fan of that. So yeah, I'm not a massive drinker. Like I'm a smoker. Like I prefer to smoke, but if I smoke for like a show, I get badly anxiety. Like so, like I wouldn't really normally smoke for a show, so I'll normally just have like 1 or 2 vodkas and like a couple of cans, and that's it. Like, but cigarettes are essential. I'm not pro cigarettes, but I do need them. Like, they badly need them. I think I maybe now I'm kind of split 50-50 with production and like mixing, like, but like for the course of like 4 or 5 years I was producing before mixing, like, so I would definitely consider myself like a producer. But I found that once I started doing gigs, I might have fell in love with like mixing more than I did production, because I think sometimes you get doubtful on yourself, and like I have weeks there where I'm like, you know, I try to make music and I can't, like, you know, but like that happens to everyone. But I find with mixing, you can always jump into it and mix, or download new tunes and mix. So it's a lot like, I don't know, more enjoyable in a sense, because if you go through like a stage where you can't produce, you hate yourself. You're like, why can I not make something that sounds good? But that happens to everyone, you know. But like, you always 2 weeks after you come back into like a production spell, and I might make 2-3 tracks. But I do love production, and especially making a track and then playing it out, and it gets the reaction that you expected. It's everything. Literally everything. Like, I think even people who might not be as like invested in the scene, they still understand that Boiler Room it's a massive thing, you know, like, and like especially because I'd watched Boiler Rooms for years and years and years, and then like even making the track like I need a boiler room, like manifesting that like I need a boiler room, and then like to actually, like, I know it wasn't recorded, but to even go and play for Teletech, like especially like that's my boys, like and play for them and Boiler, my 2 favorite collectives. It was really, really special. Like it meant a lot. Like, and it was exactly, the feelings are exactly how like I expected them to be. Like, you know, for doing a triumphant achievement like that, like it meant everything to me. Even at 12 o'clock in the morning, leaving that Berlin club in tatters, I was like, it was the most special like night like I've ever had. Like it's pretty surreal, you know, because even with Enter the Dragon, like my most popular track, like I had made that EP that it released on, and then I had made Enter the Dragon last, and I sent it to my management or whatever, and I was like, oh, what do you think of this? Like I didn't even know how to feel about it, and they were like, that is the one, like, and I was like, really? Like, really, is that good? And then it had went live, and like before I started gigging, it got like a few 100,000 plays, and then I started gigging, and the reaction from crowds, I was like, do you guys really love this track like as much as like I'm seeing, like? But then over the course like of playing it all, like that feeling of making a track and going to play it that night or the day after and getting a reaction is just, it's inexplainable, you know. I actually can't like explain it, like, because it's something that you spent time on and made and that people love. Because even I listen to tracks and I'm like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. Like people feel like that about my tracks, and like just to know that, like it's surreal, you know. I can't really describe it, you know. It was so unorthodox, like that track. Like it was like when I made that track, like I was just thinking of like DJ Cammy, like MC Smalley vibes, like Joe, like real, like Joe, like MC Finchy kind of spec. Like I was thinking of like the backing tracks they used to use for MCs back in the day, and like how nostalgic that is to us, like us Irish people, like because we're really appreciative of like, you know, the likes of Scooter and like all them real classic-y trance kind of tracks. But like, you know, like in my generation, like it was never, as you got older, it was never really kind of like the big thing. And then I had made that nostalgic track, and it was like everyone's nostalgic feelings had come back, and I was like, it was I can't even explain. Like it was just crazy. I'd never like make tracks in the hopes of signing them. Like I think when I started, I really cared about like record labels and stuff like that. But then as like even like, so I wasn't that experienced when I first started, and I'd be sending out tracks and I'd never get like a response back. So then I was kind of in the mindset that like, so F it. Like if nobody wants my tracks, I'll release them myself. And if people like them, like music is so subjective. Like, you know, if a record label might like it, so people might like it. You know, like just because they don't like it, like doesn't mean that like people won't appreciate it. So I've never really gone into the mindset of that, like, oh, this track is ready to be signed. But like I know when I make a track and I have a good few listens over, and into the 5 or 6 listen, I'm like, if that's still making me feel like, oh, like I know it's ready to be road tested. And once you do that road test and it goes well, you know, straight away it's ready to go. Because I think that's the most important reaction, how like fans and stuff reacted. And if they love it, then that's all that matters, isn't it? Because as I said, it's subjective. If they like the music, then who cares what people think about it? If one person even likes it, that means more than one person not liking it. Like, so I just did a EP recently called Loves You, but that may have been like 20% of like the total tracks I have made over like the last year. And I've been really trying to like push a certain sound, but I've gotten like contact, and I've got remixes from like some artists that have been like inspirations for me. So like the next few months are going to be like, even if people don't like it, like to me it means so much that like the music I'm going to be releasing, it's going to be my favorite body of work. And I hope that just everyone else likes what's coming, especially that middle fingers up EP. I hope you all like that, because I'm really, really happy with that. Just to keep being me. Like I've really tried to just, even though like my whole life has changed like that, like I was working retail 9 to 5, like every week, 40 hours every week, like slaving, like, and I hated it so much. Just to always be myself, like, because I've tried to be myself after all that and never let it like get to me, like, you know. So like, even though I'm so appreciative of it all, I just want to make sure that I stay on that kind of same path, like, and just keep that same mindset, because it's easy to get, even though it's all glam and what people might see on Instagram and stuff, like, I just want people to know that I'm always going to be like Zach, and always keep that same head, no matter how, whatever way it might seem. I want to say just successful, like, you know, you can be successful, but like to be yourself and be successful, I think is a lot more important, and keep that same energy. You know, so just keep being you, Zach. I'll watch this in 5 years time. Keep being you. I'm BLK. I love you, and I'm here with Back to Back. Amazing.